Well, think of me as a clown, I'd say, but never as a fool, by the way. Performing on the street, it's true, isn't always the most gentle way of earning a living, too.
It's hard to book gigs 5 days a week where you can put in the hours playing in front of people. So it's a good way to do that. You can make some money if you're good.
The first time that I was in San Francisco, you see, I was just a teenager, younger than they, and I swore that this would be home one day.
I started writing music about 12 years ago, and my first song was about bagels, about the jerk that ran the bagel shop next to my high school.
Some performers come from the standpoint of they're on the street and they don't have to look any special way. I come from the standpoint that the street is my stage and I want everybody to think they're at Carnegie Hall. I've done many different faces, but for the last, I'd say 2-3 years, the face that I'm doing today is the face of Sunshine.
I feel like I've got a really Southern California type of sound. I grew up listening to a lot of bands like Sublime is one of my biggest influences.
I would rather be lonely.
Rock, pop, and then a little bit of like white boy reggae.
I give the balloons a twist, a twirl around. And Joseph, I can make almost anything, it's true. There's Mickey and Minnie and Elmo, you see, a guy named Winnie and Scooby-Dooby-Doos. Joseph, what would you like to?
I've been street performing for about 1.5 years. Every day I come out, the goals are, get new fans, sell CDs, and make some money.
When people first run up, what they see is the balloons. But when they start listening to me, they realize I make that kid feel like the #1 kid in the world when it's their turn. And that's worth a fortune to any parent.
She said I'm her favorite thing at Fisherman's Wharf, I'd say. And everybody asks why I do this. That's why.
Down here it's regulated, and I have a permit and I pay for it. And so like this spot over here is mine for the next couple of hours, and nobody can take it. I used to do it downtown, and downtown is unregulated, and so you obviously get a lot more competition, and that'll lead to some arguments.
There's always someone jealous, I'd say, of your show if you're making money this way. Somebody said, you'll need a day job, by the way, and I said, what is that? I never had one. Not me. I'd rather be a little bit more independent.
You got to get out here and work, you know what I mean? You can't just come out once in a while. You got to put in the hours. It's like anything else,
It's a challenge to get someone to stop, by the way. These people right out here, it's true, they all have something better to do. It's not like performing on a stage, I'd say, where there's a controlled environment. Can't control the weather, I'd say. Can't control if you're going to work, if it's going to rain that day. Can't control who's on the street, it's true. Last week I was sitting in my car right over here, and someone shot out the back window, my dear. Street performing? I don't think I'd recommend it to many people, you see.
Yeah, if you're trying to be a musician, I would say for sure. I feel like what I do, it works on its own. It's pretty good, it works. The only thing that makes it not work are other people getting in the way, like cops and noise ordinances and stuff like that. So if I can be left alone in like a nice area like this, business is good. So, all right, I met Tracy Morgan. I was playing downtown San Francisco, and somebody told me that he was in the shop across the street. So I was like, all right, when Tracy gets here, when I see Tracy come out of the store, I'm just gonna give it my all, right? So I see him come out, and I'm just like going like, to the max. And at first he walks by me, and he kind of walks around behind me as I'm playing, and he's gonna cross the street. And I turned around to see where he went, and he's standing right behind me. He's just completely listening. And I was like, oh shit, this is working. He's listening. And he walks up, and he comes over to my table, and he starts checking out my CDs, and he's like, man, you are a fucking rock star. I was like, whoa, word for word. He's all, fuck this bucket, fuck this corner, you should be making millions of dollars. And this is Tracy Morgan saying this to me, and I was like, oh my God, like, this is awesome. He's like, my son's a producer, how soon can you come to New Jersey? And I was like, I can go right now, let's go. And he's like, all right, well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take your information, and I'm gonna get in touch with you, and I'm gonna fly you out to New Jersey, and we'll put you up, and we'll make some shit happen. Never heard from him again. What happened, Tracy? What happened?
And I don't care if you've been in love before, just please don't say his name in bed. Then again, if it turns you on a little more, you can think of him instead. So take everything, you give me nothing. I've got infinity loving. You take my whiskey, you're my wine.
The most important thing that I do is bringing a smile to everyone's face, too.
Your face turns pink. It's alright if you give me a good bite, and sometimes it leaves a bruise. 'Cause in the morning when I see it in the light, it only makes me think of you.